Target Center tonight for what should be a very exciting doubleheader. It's the Class 4A semifinals here on 45 TV. We start with Cretin-Derham Hall. The Raiders taking on the Eagles from Eden Prairie. We've already had a day of upsets earlier today in Class 3A. We'll discuss those as these games go on. But right now we're talking 4A. The Raiders and the Eagles for the right to play for the state championship. That will be on Saturday. Top-seeded Cretin-Derham Hall advanced to the semifinals by virtue of a quarterfinal win over Wayzata. They won it 70-48. This is Daniel Arturu, the future Gopher, had 24 points. Cy Chatton and Leah also had 22 points. What are the keys for the Raiders today?
Well, I think they really have to defend the three. I think that's the #1 key for them because Eden Prairie comes in here with a lot of shooters. And so hands up on the perimeter line defending the three.
They avenged an earlier loss to Wayzata earlier this season. Their other only loss all season to these guys. Eden Prairie, who got through the quarterfinals, defeating Osseo 65-38. Trent, you mentioned those sophomores. One of them, Connor Christensen, number 24. He had 22 points and 11 rebounds.
You know, they are young. They must play within themselves, take care of the basketball, and shoot the long ball very well.
As I mentioned, Cretin-Derham Hall advanced by way of beating Wayzata. Eden Prairie got through, beating Osseo UC, the second semifinal there, awaiting defending champs Apple Valley against Lakeville North. We're going to tip it off up next. Dave Lee and Kevin Lynch are going to call it here on 45 TV.
At Target Center, we get set for the 4A semifinals. Great matchup here, Kevin. A lot of focus will be on the big guys. We'll talk more about that in a minute. But maybe we should take a look at the point guards and see what your thoughts are on that, because that's going to be interesting in this ball game.
Yeah, you know, when these two teams played 3 weeks ago at Cretin, Ryan Larson didn't play much, the point guard for Cretin. He was hurt a little bit, so that's going to be an interesting with Drake Dobbs on the other end for Eden Prairie. Let's look at the big matchup here. Let's go big. Daniel Arturu. Chris just got done talking about him. 24 points, 9 rebounds in that quarterfinal game. Mr. Basketball finalist going to the U. I think he's one of the better big guys to come out of the state of Minnesota in the last 10, 15 years. On the other end, Connor Christensen, Dave, 22 points, sticking threes left and right against Osseo yesterday in the quarterfinals. One of the sophomores, and he gets it done.
The players to watch are brought to you by Mills House. Try it at the house. We go courtside now to meet the players with Dave Giles.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to Target Center and to the 106th Annual Minnesota State High School Boys Basketball Tournament. This Class 4A semifinal game features the Section 4 champion with a record of 28-2, the Raiders from Cretin-Derham Hall High School, located in St. Paul. And the Section 2 champion with a record of 23-7, the Eagles from Eden Prairie High School. We'll begin the introductions with the reserve players for each team. First, let's meet the reserve players for the visiting team, the Cretin-Derham Hall Raiders. Starting with a 6'5" junior guard, number 2, Jaden King. 6' senior guard, number 3, Charlie Dennis. 6'3" junior guard, number 4, Lucas Ammons. 6'3" senior guard, number 11, Caleb Davis. 5'8" sophomore guard, number 12, Zion Guerra. 5'10" junior guard, number 13, Ben Gallagher. 6'5" sophomore forward, number 14, Amari Carter. 5'9" sophomore guard, number 15, Ina Griffin. 6' junior guard, number 20, Quentin Fitzgerald. 6'5" junior forward, number 22, Peter Udoybach. 6' junior guard, number 23, Josiah Remus-Ford. 6' freshman guard, number 24, Tristan Lee. And 6'5" sophomore forward, number 30, Danny McGraw. Now let's meet the reserve players for the home team, the Eden Prairie Eagles. Starting with a 6'3" senior forward, number 14, James Jennings. 5'11" junior guard number 15, Nick Ladegard. 5'10" junior guard number 20, Carson Sievers. 5'11" junior guard number 21, Drew Edwards. 6'3" junior forward number 25, Carson Hagberg. 6'7" sophomore center number 30, Lucas Dunford. 6'4" sophomore forward number 31, John Henry. 6'5" junior forward number 32, Jacob Vaughn. 6'1" sophomore guard number 42, Michael Schreiber. 6'1" sophomore guard number 43, Randy Williams. And 6' sophomore guard number 45, Brendan Donahue. Those are the reserve players. Now let's meet the starting lineups for this semifinal game. They will be introduced alternately, starting with Cretin-Derham Hall. At forward, a 6'8" senior, number 1, Cy Chapman. At forward for Eden Prairie, a 6'6" sophomore, number 24, Connor Christensen. At forward for the Raiders, a 6'5" senior, number 21, Jacob Prince. At forward for the Eagles, a 6'5" sophomore, number 33, Austin Andrews. At center for Cretin-Derham Hall, a 6'10" senior, number 25, Daniel Oturu. At guard for Eden Prairie, a 6'1" senior, number 2, Kyler Kluge. At guard for the Raiders, a 6'1" senior, number 5, Ryan Larson. At guard for the Eagles, a 5'8" senior, number 10, DJ Johnson. At guard for Cretin-Derham Hall, a 6'1" senior, number 10, Jalen Newton. And at guard for Eden Prairie, a 6' sophomore, number 11, Drake Dobbs. The Cretin-Derham Hall assistant coaches are Mark Gauchi and Tony Yazbek. The head coach of the Cretin-Derham Hall Raiders is Jerry Klein Jr. The Eden Prairie assistant coaches are Nick Brown and Patrick Cheetah. The head coach of the Eden Prairie Eagles is David Flum. The officials for this Class 4A semifinal game are Kevin Anderson of St. Paul, Brett Swore of St. Louis Park, and Scott Maleggi of Apple Valley.
Here are your lineups brought to you today by Education Minnesota, the voice for professional educators and students.
Well, pretty big size advantage, especially up front there for Cretin. Obviously, Oturu at 6'9", 6'10", right in there, and Cy Chapman is going to be a difficult matchup for Eden Prairie as well. These guys are big and tall, and they're long, and they can jump, both of them too. So it's not just like a big plotting guy that's 6'8". These guys can move. So Eden Prairie's front line and those young players up front are going to be tested. So talking about the keys to this game for Cretin, push the pace. You want to play fast, get opportunities in transition, create steals. That gives you offense. If you're Eden Prairie, take care of business on the glass, get the ball inside as much as possible.
Keys to the game brought to you by the Greater Twin Cities Honda dealers, proud sponsors of Minnesota youth basketball. All right, here we go. Tip control by the Raiders, guided by Jerry Klein. And here's a guy that folks remember from Graham, Ryan Larson, now playing at Cretin-Derham Hall. And right away, that jump shot is rebounded by one of the sophomore phenoms for Eden Prairie. They're playing with a lot of young kids out there. That's Drake Dobbs that got that one closed off to Kluge. And then Cotter will play football next year at college. He brings the ball up. Ooh, nice pass underneath. Knocked out of bounds by Larson. Kevin Lynch here tonight. Allie Arlt down there at the end of the court, getting ready to bring you some features. In fact, she'll join you in just a few minutes. Dave Lee here. Good to have you with. And the halftime, of course, Chris and Leah and Trent. Eden Prairie. Cretin-Derham Hall. EP is going to try taking it inside against the big guys and kick it back out for the shot. It's off. That's Otoru with the rebound. Nice chance for all the people around Minnesota and points beyond to see Otoru. I'm sure you've heard a lot about him. How about that? Larson picks up a charge. As DJ Johnson got there in position.
Ryan Larson, the point guard for Cretin, is one of the quickest, fastest players I've seen this year. And DJ Johnson to get in front of DJ is a pretty good football player as well, just like Kyler Kluge, two seniors for Eden Prairie, and they bring some toughness, but to stay in front of Larson is not an easy thing to do, and that's going to be Johnson's responsibility here tonight.
Taking it inside, trying to get around Otoru, and that's what he does so well. It stops you, intimidates you. This is a nice matchup. Yeah, DJ's an athlete, man, and Larson's
Look
good.
at him.
Wow.
A lot of body, a lot of contact on that play, but
you know, why not start it tight to see what's called, right? You got to figure out how the officials are going to call it tight or not.
Well, set a tone. I mean, let Larson know that, you know, every time you turn around, I'm going to be right in your face. And that's what he's done here, young DJ.
So Otoru comes out to give him the screen. Looking down low and going to power in and take it himself. And the rebound, Eden Prairie had it, and then coming in is a foul. See, what is that going to be? A foul or a jump ball? It might be a foul on Chapman.
Yeah, I think so. Right on the arm as Andrews is bringing in that defensive rebound. Chapman came across the arm, and right now two teams are just kind of feeling each other out.
Drake Dobbs. Make sure you get those tweets to us, too. A lot of pictures coming in. Tourneys on 45 TV, no matter where you're watching tonight. That'd be great. Let us know. Or watching with a dog or whatever it might be. We'll pretty much get everything in here. So,
you're kind of watching with K-Dog. Is that what you're talking about?
I need to get a picture of you and me. We'll send it in.
That's right.
Right to the hoop. How about that move there by Austin Andrews?
He's really a skilled back-to-the-basket guy. Only 6'5", but he's comfortable posting up, and on a play like that, getting along the baseline, scoring against a big guy, that's not an easy thing to do.
Well, you got your work cut out for you. Otoru is off the front of the rim. Rebound hauled down by the Eagles of Eden Prairie, and they'll kick it over to Kluge, and the senior quickly pushes it down. See if anything opens up for Dobbs. It doesn't. He's forced back out. Chapman's got him.
Interesting matchup for your power forward starting on the opposing point guard.
Oh, look at this. Dropped the ball. Larson did. Picked up quickly. That's a heads-up basketball by Kluge to pick that one up. Could easily start running down the other way. And from the free throw line. Won't go. Battle underneath. Raiders win it. Larson has it. 6'1" senior.
Kyler Kluge, Dave, is going to be playing football at St. Cloud State next year. He's a tough kid, just like his dad, Craig.
Yeah, his dad played for Edina, didn't he?
That's right. He was my class, 87, and he was an all-state basketball player, and then he ended up playing some football in college, and yeah, he's a tough character.
He's in the 1,000-point club there at
That's right.
Edina. 14:47, off to a little bit of a slow start here, scoring-wise, 2-0. EP.
Welcome back to the Target Center, where Eden Prairie has been waiting 5 years to make it back to this semifinal game to share their story of inspiration that has really gotten them through some tough seasons through their special needs manager, Jake Kukla. Jake started as their student manager as a freshman back in 2002. He's 28 now, still managing, and means so much to this team. In fact, just last week during the section tournament, some players showed up to Jake's Special Olympics basketball games to support him the way he supports this team. Coach Flom calls Jake a miracle child who consistently inspires this team with a smile on his face at all times.
Great story, Allie. Yeah, that is cool. Everybody get involved in the program. at Eden Prairie. As we said, a lot of the stuff happens off the court, not on the court. Larson is open, and that quick release won't get him, but a rebound nicely taken under the board, and then a foul call. That's going to be 2 shots coming up for Newton. Foul on Eden Prairie, boys. Slow starter scoring-wise, Kevin. Does that surprise you in any way, shape, or form?
A little bit, I guess. You know, they kind of shook the rust off for, should maybe not say it that way, but just got used to the building and in the court yesterday in the quarterfinal games. And I kind of thought, you know, Cretin, you know, figuring their, you know, one of their only 2 losses this year was against Eden Prairie, like I mentioned 3 weeks ago. So you thought they might try to punch Eden Prairie in the face quickly, but yeah, it looks like they're approaching it more, just kind of feeling out how this game goes. And boy, give credit to the late conference, huh? Eden Prairie got them a couple weeks ago, and then Edina beat Cretin, apparently kicked their butts, Jerry Klein said early in the season.
Eagles with the basketball, tied at 2s. Drake Dobbs, a 6-foot sophomore, into some trouble there on that double team. Larson has it. He'll shoot down in a hurry. He's got great wheels and a good layup for Ryan Larson. And it's a 4-2 Raider lead now.
Yeah, I have not seen a player like just end-to-end accelerate like Ryan Larson can. I mean, just this year, impressive.
Wide open look. Boy, he's got a soft, good-looking shot out there. Austin Andrews does. Keep in mind, Coach Dave Flom, a lot of sophomores on this team. So at times, he'd start 4 of the 5 guys in that position.
Yeah, John Henry's been coming off the bench, but he's a sophomore, 6'4", and he can shoot it, Dave. He's a lefty. He gets warmed up. He'll fire it all night long.
Eden Prairie defense keeping everybody at bay on the outside right now, that lane. Larson.
This is a good matchup, Dobbs and Larson.
Prince wears 21. Oturu, Larson, good pass. There's Prince right there. Gets high up in the air. 6'5" senior, good leaping ability. 6'5". Cretin-Derham Hall. Eden Prairie Eagles, number 4 seed in the tournament. 4-4 in the Lake Conference this year. Quick turnout. Rebound high in the air. Good hustle. Look at this. Wow, Eden Prairie putting the ball up and in. And there's the guy you just talked about, Kevin.
Nice cut there by Henry. And you can tell these young guys have played together a lot. You know, there's a lot of plays like that. They'll get an offensive rebound, and then there's a cut made at the perfect time right to the basket, and unselfish pass, too.
They're going to let him have that 3, and it just barely misses. But there he is again. And that won't go either for the Raiders. Man alive. That was a Prince who couldn't get that to go down. Let's talk about Ryan Larson.
Well, I'm telling you, I've seen him play a number of times the last couple of years, and of course a couple of years ago with Bram. And yeah, he's got wheels. I'm telling you, I've seen really quick and fast guards cannot stay in front of this kid, and he's going to be a good college player. I'm not sure where he's going, but he's an athlete.
Look at that quick move. Kluge says, watch this.
Yep.
Kluge, the all-time assist leader at Eden Prairie.
Really, that's surprising considering his dad shot just about every time.
Yeah, he didn't want to. He wanted dad to inbound the ball so you get to touch it. Foul. Eden Prairie will get the ball back. You can watch it yourself.
Kind of hesitating, Oturu. Not really sure. It looked like initially what he wanted to do. He decided to get a little bit closer. Probably could have pulled up initially for that little jump shot. But, yeah, sometimes you just got to take that shot instead of trying to get. That's what a lot of young kids do. They get offensive fouls or charging calls because the urge is always get closer. But sometimes when you get closer, the shot is more difficult. You just got to pull the trigger when you're open.
I don't know if who judges the strength of schedule or if there's any kind of list, but it's my understanding in talking to a lot of people that Eden Prairie may have had the toughest schedule this year in 4A.
Yeah, we'll get a chance to talk about that.
Oh, what a block. King. Nice play.
And that schedule and the way they put it together with Dave Flom at Eden Prairie was intentional. Well, I want to test these guys to get them ready for moments like this.
Larson got 5. Kluge. Dobbs. Andrews off the screen. It's a little too much.
Boy, Connor Christensen.
Look at the height he got there. Eden Prairie. You wouldn't think they'd win the battle of the boards. They're doing a great job underneath there right now. Outlook to the top. And Kluge has got his first triple of the game. Eden Prairie increases their lead now 12-9.
And Connor Christensen has been just an absolute monster rebounder. Had 11 yesterday. He's already active now, keeping possessions alive. I mean, Kluge got that open three, Dave, because of Christensen's work on the boards.
Kluge, steal, pushing it all the way. A no-look pass behind him right into the hands of Connor Christensen.
You feed me, I feed you.
That's where you know your guy's going to be. You don't even look, just let it go back behind you.
Well, that's the thing with this young team from Eden Prairie is the chemistry. It's almost palpable. I mean, you can really see it out there, how well these guys understand each other and know each other's game.
9-3 EP run. Larson trying to keep it high there, but it was altered. And then quickly down, the Eagles, a good fake. Christensen up in the air. He drew the foul. He's a sophomore, by the way.
Flexing his muscles after finishing that play. A little bit of a dicey, risky pass there by Kluge, but the Kluge-Christensen or Christensen, the Kluge tandem here has been in full effect.
King with a foul. Jaden. So at the free throw line will be the Eagles. Christensen, 4 points in the game. He averages 11 a game this year. They beat Cretin by 2 in the latter stages of the regular season. And he got it. Timeout on the court. 9:33 to go, and Eden Prairie off to an early 17-9 lead over the #1 seeded team, Cretin-Derham Hall. A date with the funniest couple on television right there, 5 nights a week. Again, 5 and 5:30 on 45 TV. Cretin-Derham Hall with the basketball now. Raiders having a great season for Jerry Klein. In fact, Jerry was on a state championship team with our buddy John Tower over there at St. Thomas.
That's right. 91 they won it with Tower, and then 93.
And
right?
they beat Roosevelt, I think, in 93 because our good friend John Thomas, who's now with the Wolves, went on to play with the Gophers and went to the Final Four. Remember that?
That's right.
Oh, nice move. Wow. Nice, strong move.
I mean, as strong and as good as Austin Andrews is in the post playing defense, there's not much you can do with a Turl if he gets that close. If you post up that close to the rim, he's so athletic and long, he can just jump right over you.
Eagles, open look. Too much. Look at the battle underneath, boy. I got to tell you, Eden Prairie, they're outsized certainly, but they're certainly not intimidated at this point. 17-11, they lead it. Larson will bring it down.
Boy, you can tell, you know, Cretin's not a great three-point shooting team. All their action is trying to get towards the basket.
Again, a battle for the basketball, and it's in the hands of the Eagles. A little physical contact down there on the other end. Nobody called for a foul. That three-pointer is going to be off the money. Rebound to Oturu, and he'll get it out to Larson. And look at him scoot down the court. Cross-court pass, and now a shot to the eye. Chapman couldn't hang on. Wasn't it a Mr. Basketball? We got one here. We just saw one. Oturu is a great one. We all know that. But Wishart, if you have not seen him, watch him on Saturday at 5 o'clock.
Wow. I mean, he just put on a show, put on some fireworks here this afternoon. And Owen King, the two-sport star at Caledonia, Calshire, not going to be in winning us another state title again this year. They're out. Trey Jones, obviously, we're going to see later tonight. So, boy, talented group of kids right there.
They'll announce the winner here at the Target Center on March 28th during the Timberwolves game against the Atlanta Hawks.
They're announcing it that night.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think between the first and second quarter at the game. You'll be here.
Hey, I'm looking forward to that. That's pretty cool. That's a good idea.
Don't hack the election. Kluge. Downhill charge. And that's Larson. So Larson, who took a charge right away, now he reversed it.
Well, Larson, like I said, he's got some wheels. Okay, that's
that arm?
There's a little bit of arm. There's a little bit of flop.
Because Larson's moving, but is it the arm that Kluge stuck out?
Yeah, I think so. That little right forearm. And there's a little acting there on Larson's part, too.
Larson almost lost the ball, and the foul is called on Drake Dobbs. There's Coach Klein right there. 14 years, 328 wins. David Flom, 307 wins. He's a Gustavus guy.
Yeah. Let's watch the Cretin-Derham Hall offense here. They kind of pack it in. There's not a lot of great outside shooting, so Eden Prairie can kind of clog the lane as much as possible because they don't get stretched out. That's a 2.
Yeah, that's Amari Carter's in the books. He'll give you 5 a night. 17-13 cuts the gap to 4. Coming up on the 7-minute mark here at Target Center. Dobbs. Newton comes out on him. Dobbs off the pick. Pretty good ball handler, and there's a good kick out, but he's not going to take that 3. See what's underneath there. Dobbs. Oturu got up and got high on it. Larson, he'll push it, and he'll draw a foul. And that'll be on the Eagles. And Larson will go to the free throw. He'll shoot a couple. He's got 5 in the game. The Braham transfer.
He's got so much speed that he can draw fouls. And there's Otero. He had 6 blocks in the game yesterday in the quarterfinals, and getting a piece of that shot by Dobbs. Once again, Eden Prairie cutting at the right time, but you know 99% of the time that cut's going to work and lead to 2 points. But you got a 6'10" kid in there swatting away shots left and right, a little more difficult.
There's Jaden King, number 2, back in the game, along with DJ Johnson, the 5'8" senior. Ryan Larson, as I mentioned, coming out of Braham. How do you leave the pie capital of the world?
I know. I'm kind of hungry right now. Go for a slice of pie.
One more time.
Timeout.
Cretin cutting the gap to 2 now. The Fan Camera is brought to you by 45 TV, and joining us today from the Institute of Laughter is Dr. Chuck Ells. There's the Eden Prairie section, and we'll see. I think Dr. Chuck will show up here in the, there he is.
The floating head.
Dr. Chuck is in there somewhere. Eagles.
Hey, normally when it's like you're going to watch a game between Cretin-Derham Hall and Eden Prairie, it's going to be at the Metrodome playing football, right, Dave?
Normally, yeah, it would be.
But not tonight.
Not tonight. All the physical strength of both of these teams, which is demonstrated in football. I don't know how physical this will be in the basketball game. Kevin, I guess you just got to read the officials and see if they let you be physical this part of the game.
That's kind of part of the feeling out process.
Oh, man, what a shot.
I'm telling you, he's really skilled, Andrews, with his back to the bat. That's really his bread and butter, and he's so comfortable making moves like that, even against a bigger, more athletic guy like Otero.
King. Oturu down low against Andrews. Got to shoot the fadeaway. And he went down hard. Andrews kind of shaking his head.
Not much you can do against that. I mean, the guy's, long, lanky, can jump, fading away. It's hard to even really contest a shot like that. Watch this little step-through move by Austin Andrews, the sophomore, 6'5". And, yeah, kind of wrong footing the big guy. He's really good at those post moves. I'm telling you, folks, I've seen him do it all season, and it's amazing that he's just a sophomore against a kid who's going to be in the Big Ten next year.
Eagles coming off of a section championship against Edina that they won 84-76. Edina had a nice squad this year. But that's why the state tournament should be good, because they beat Eden Prairie, but they lost to Lakeville North, who will be playing in the next game. So Johnson's wide open, short. Board work. Christensen is just using his strength to pull the ball down, and now they'll pop the 3 from the other side. That's not good. Larson crashing the board, ends up in the hands of King.
Every time a shot goes up for Eden Prairie, there's Connor Christensen just, I mean, he's making a beeline right under the basket, and if he's not getting possession, he's getting his hand on it to keep it alive.
Larson, the kick, the shot. And they've got the lead.
Well, I tell you what, if Cretin-Derham, if they make a lot of threes here the rest of this ball game, it's going to be tough for Eden Prairie to hang with them, considering the inside game for the Raiders.
12-2 run right now for the Raiders against Oturu. Got him in the air, draws a foul. Austin Andrews, Kevin, is impressive sophomore.
Man, he's a big kid, too. I mean, like I said, 6'5", he's got some weight on him, some strength. I mean, this is just a mature move. Little shot fake, taking the contact and almost getting that possible three-point play. And then you got Larson, using that speed, get into the lane, kick it out to the shooter. And there's number 10, Newton, drilling that shot.
Both coaches getting people in and out here. Strength of schedule against Eden Prairie. This is the point where he's saying that'd be great.
Let's go through the teams. I mean, Eden Prairie played Minneapolis North, Minnehaha Academy, Lakeville North, Chaska, Edina. Let's see, Woodbury, Hopkins, De La Salle, Eastridge, Delano. I mean, Champlain Park, Cretin. Impressive. Wyzetta.
Well, there's a physical play away from the basket. And I think they're going to call a foul on Charlie Dennis. Yeah, they are. Push away from the basket. See, we can see it here.
Yeah, he pulled the chair a little bit. He was on the side, kind of halfway around Andrews, and kind of leaning up against him. Then you pull the chair, you just step back, and the player falls down. And that was actually a pretty good defensive play. But here we go. Eden Prairie shoots two.
How about Christensen, Kevin, coming off the rim, but dropped the ball there. Oh, my. A theft by Christensen again. No look. Oh, I thought he was going to dunk that, Andrews. He just wanted to make it. And now, EP has the lead back at 22-21. Nice start to this game. Winner plays on Saturday night, 8 o'clock. Strong drive. Just a little bit too strong off the hoop. There's a lead pass. Here comes DJ, and he'll back it up and now. Nice. The layup.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
One hand by Tyler Kluge. And Eden Prairie now responding to that Raider run.
Boy, Kluge. Nice layup attempt, fending off the defense. Nice pass just a moment ago. He's getting it done as a senior.
Larson, so quick. He's got 9. 1 point lead. Eagles have it. This is Kluge, the senior, good football player. In fact, he'll play, as Kevin mentioned earlier, for St. Cloud State next year. Football.
Defensive back.
Wait for Mike Grant over there. Mike's just a great coach. Trying to go cross court. DJ Johnson, another good football player, as I mentioned, going to Bemidji State next year to play football.
Yeah, he doesn't shoot a whole lot, but his responsibilities on the defensive end and kind of bringing that energy.
Trying to get the pass to Andrews. There's Larson coming out of nowhere. Steals the ball. He'll push it. Gets past Johnson. Good body control somehow.
Nice
inside, and the shot is not going to go. And now body to the floor, and it'll be a foul on Eden Prairie. It's definitely not a place for the weak right now. It's pretty physical out there. Look at the passing in the game, Kevin.
Yeah, here's Dobbs. Look at that little no-look pass by Kyler Kluge. Yeah, I agree. I think Andrews was planning on dunking that, but didn't get up high enough, and then there's another body there, and smartly just kind of dropped it in. But look at the small lineup right now for the Raiders, for Cretin, is keeping the two big guys on the floor and going a little more mobile at the moment.
Oturu only 5 points, by the way, in the game so far. DJ back out.
He's that spark plug. And the senior leader along with Kluge for Eden Prairie.
Hey, Jacob here is going to play football next year too, Kevin. He's going to Southern Miss. 25-24 Raiders by a point.
Welcome back to the Target Center. I'm here with our special guest from the desk, Trent Tucker. Trent, back Back in the 1980s, you held a clinic while you played for the Knicks, and Coach Flom came to you in that clinic and challenged you in a one-on-one matchup. What happened?
Well, you know, Dave was able to win a one-on-one matchup, and at that time I said, if any kid can beat me playing one-on-one basketball, I will give them a trip to New York City to watch the Knicks play. He came out for a weekend series, Thursday through Sunday. The first game, he saw a great shooter in Chris Mullin, and then he had a chance to see on Saturday night perhaps the greatest basketball player in the world in Michael Jordan.
If you two were to play one-on-one right now, who would win?
Dave would have no chance at all.
Thanks so much, Trent.
Hey, how cool is that if you're a kid, get to fly out to New York, watch the Knicks in Madison Square Garden? You kidding me?
Well, that's kind of the way Trent Tucker is, too. I could see him doing something like that. He's just such a great guy. Well, a little stoppage in play here right now. There's Coach Klein taking a look around, talking to those guys. Both coaches are busy coaching, aren't they? I mean, they're not throwing the guys out and saying, go have fun. There's a lot of strategy back and forth. You brought it up earlier in the broadcast, Kevin, this afternoon, but we are blessed with an awful lot of good coaches in basketball in this state.
They are everywhere, and it's so great when these coaches, you know, they serve the community, and they're there for, you know, the coaches that, you know, win or lose with the kids in your neighborhood. And you know, like John Oxton, for example, you know, wins or loses with Lakeville North kids, and I love that about a coach like that.
25-24. Raiders with the lead. Eagles with the ball way out on top. Dobbs at corner. That's too much. Off of the hands of Connor Christensen. Rebound hauled down by the Raiders, coming up under 2.5 minutes now here at Target Center. Nice crowd, active, loud. Ryan Larson. Ryan, I don't think he's made a decision where he's going to go next year, but he'll play D1 somewhere, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I mean, he's just an explosive kid. And, you know, if he makes shots like that, that's a pull-up. That's a very difficult shot, and he goes so fast, and he's got some rise in him, too. He can rise up above people.
There's a steal, big turnover. He's going to attack. Yeah, he gets his offense cooking, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah. He stirs it up and got the big bodies inside. I mean, this is a pretty balanced team. Obviously, with Larson at the point guard, size inside. You got good wings.
And all 5 starters back from last year.
Yep.
Shot blocked. Battle underneath. Now we got another whistle. And going to the free throw line will be Jacob Prince. Good football player. Prince, 10 points a game, 77% free throw shooter. Had 9 in the quarterfinal victory. And that one is his first miss. He's 2 out of 3. In fact, that's the team's first miss. That's out of 7 shots now. They had made 6 consecutive.
Yeah, you know, you look at the numbers from the quarterfinal game yesterday against Wayzata. Chapman, 22 points. Arturo, 24. So their big guys got it done. Not a whole lot of production, at least scoring-wise, from their perimeter guys. But that can change with this type of talent. That can change quick, too.
Raiders up by 4. Kluge. Dobbs, that's off the money. And the battle on the boards is won that time. Jaden King has it. And then back to Ryan Larson. And Larson has had a nice, strong start here with 11 points in his first half. His team has 28.
Look how simple the offense is. Just spread them out, run a simple pick and roll, and let Larson create something. And, of course, he makes another outside jump shot.
All 5 played for Howard Pulley in the summer.
Yeah. Well, these kids nowadays, I mean, they're playing just constant. They never take a break.
That's a 10-0 run. Travel. 10-0 run right now for Cretin.
And they've done it, Dave, with the big guys on the bench. They've gone with the smaller lineup, and you see that little elbow there by Andrews as he's kind of knifing to the basket. And it looked like he was too crazy about that whistle, but look at Cretin on the other end with Ryan Larson, simple pick and roll or pick and pop, and he just comes off that screen and pulls the trigger.
Prince, he's been a nice element in his first half for the Raiders, coming through down under the bucket. Tough kid under that basket, too. There it is, Larson. Slowing down the pace a little bit. Got 30 seconds. Are they going for the last shot here?
Absolutely. They've been on a nice little run here to end the first half, and they want to get get that last hoop and go into halftime feeling good about themselves.
King, 6'5" junior. Larson guarded by DJ Johnson. DJ all over him, too. Larson with 10. The kick. Prince, he's going to try going the side. That shot's blocked. Here come the Eagles. They got 3 seconds, 2 seconds to the hoop. And with .8, a foul on the Raiders. So they'll send to the free throw line Connor Christensen.
Dobbs kind of splitting two Raider players. Look like.
Wow.
That's close to a flagrant type of foul. Anytime you're up in the air like that and you get swung at, even if it's not really intentional, but you get clobbered in the head, refs have to at least consider that.
Eden Prairie is 2 of 7 on free throws. One more time for the 6'6" sophomore. He's got 5 points in the game. Hit his first one. Has missed 3 since then.
Now looking at the numbers right now, 69% Eden Prairie is shot from the free throw line. For a good team like this, you'd like to see that number a little bit higher.
That's the end of the first half. Pretty good one. 31-25 as Cretin-Derham Hall puts on a nice rush at the end as the band starts to play. And I want to congratulate Donna Novi, the band director over there. They hosted the Big 4 AA large group contest. And then we're down in Orlando playing Orlando Fest March 2nd through the 6th. They do a nice job with their band over there. Let's go to Allie. She's on the court with Coach Klein.
Coach, this is a great matchup between these two teams. What did you like about your team's effort?
Well, both teams are playing so hard. It's a defensive battle. Both teams are really competing, and we just got to keep playing that kind of effort on the defensive end of the floor.
How do you further take advantage of your size in the second, though?
Well, they did a nice job. We got foul trouble, so we just got to make some adjustments, and that's our bread and butter. We got to get the ball down there to those guys.
What's this game coming down to?
Defense. Got to get stops.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks, Allie. Thanks to Coach Klein. That's that band I talked about. He's out there getting them all revved up with their band director, Donna, over there. So nice team chemistry in the school between the band and the athletic teams. That's cool to see. Well, Kevin, first half is in the books. It's a pretty good one. Eden Prairie's got some talented sophomores, despite the fact that they're down by 6 here.
It was almost a little bit of a blessing. I think Cretin played a little bit better, Dave, when they went smaller with their big guys on the bench and trying to spread out that Eden Prairie defense. That was actually a good thing for the Raiders.
It's halftime. Much more to come at half. We'll check in with Chris next, and Liam and Trent. You're watching 45 TV from the Target Center.
Stats are brought to you by U.S. Bank, the power of possible. Leah, anything stand out there?
Cretin-Derham Hall, stay on those boards. I think they're really going to need to dominate down low.
Trent, what do you think is going to be the key to the second half as we look ahead?
For Eden Prairie, they must shoot the three-point shot a lot better.
Leah, how about Cretin-Derham Hall?
Well, I'd like to see Cretin. We talked about guarding the perimeter in the first half of the game. They have to continue to do that. You can see Eden Prairie can score this ball.
If you missed it earlier, a shockwave level upset in Class 3A. Columbia Heights was up 1 in the final minute. It looked like De La Salle might weather this fast break, but on their third opportunity, DeAndre Robertson gets it to go to put Columbia Heights up 69-66. Back come De La Salle. Their star, gopher bound, Gabe Kalsher misses the shot. They get it back to their point guard, Tyrell Terry. He sticks the three. We're tied with 29 seconds left. Christian Kelly hits a couple free throws, huge free throws, with 6 seconds left for Columbia Heights to put them up 2. De La Salle doesn't even get a ball in the air with the attempt to tie. They turn over the inbound play, and the clock bleeds out. Columbia Heights, the 4 seed, beats 6-time defending state champion De La Salle 71-69. That pictured 20 points from Wendell Matthews for Columbia Heights. Leah, we were just shaking our head all the way through this game the way it went down.
Yeah, it was really a great game to watch, but sometimes a team just wants it so badly, and you can really see that with Columbia Heights. They worked the effort, the rebounding. I mean, it was kind of relentless effort to get that win. You could really feel that from them.
We're going to hear from a couple of members members of the Highlanders later on in tonight's telecast. You see they advance to the championship game with that 71-69 victory. And it wasn't the only upset we had in the 3A semifinals. The 2-seed Austin, no stranger to the state tournament, regular participants in championship Saturday. They are blown out by Delano. Delano beats Austin 80-68. Trent, we saw a guy that maybe a lot of people have not seen. Calvin Wishart for Delano, 29 points, 19 rebounds, a very worthy Mr. Basketball finalist.
You know, he was good in every facet of the game. He was able to control the tempo with his play, shooting the ball from downtown, very confident from the outside, but also he was making the right play at the right time to get his teammates involved as well.
And you stat heads will love this one. Delano shot 58%. They hit 29 field goals in the game. Of those 29, 20 came off assists, a true team effort as Delano will play in their first ever title game, just the second title game appearance for Columbia Heights. Neither has ever won a state championship, so we will have a new champion in Class 3A. We're trying to figure out who's going to play for the 4A title. Let's send it down to Allie Earl.
Coach, would you consider that a strong defensive half, holding Oturo and Chapman to a combined 5 points?
Well, certainly we feel good about holding those two guys. And the reality is our #1 game goal is to get the ball out of Larson's hands, and he's hurt us, and we got to do a better job in the second half with him.
6 points game at half. What's the strategy to take this lead back in the second?
Well, we can't panic. It's a 2-possession game. We shot as poorly as we've shot in probably a month and a half. We just talked about 1 possession at a time. If we shoot average the way we've been shooting, we'll be fine. Obviously, a lot of their defense, give them a lot of credit for that. But we just got to make some shots, and we'll be in good shape.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Thanks, Allie. It's fun to go when you get to state tournament, start thinking about certain teams. And I was just chatting before the game about some folks. But in '74, Cretin-Derham Hall won the Central Catholic Conference title. And some say, and of course that's the part fun of tournament, or the fun part of the tournament, Kevin, is it's hard to qualify it, except that Paul Molitor was their point guard, and he was a 3-sport all-stater in soccer, basketball, and baseball. At that time, Cretin was not allowed to participate in the Minnesota Public State Tournament. The rule will change the following year in '75.
He's a soccer player. I didn't realize that. I thought he played football, but guess not.
I'm sure he could have played whatever he decided to play. Oh, great defensive. Good anticipation. There's the dunk that they're known for. Right up by our slam cam, Oturu.
Yeah, that can get this team rocking and rolling when one of their big guys has a finish like that. Look at Chapman guarding Drake Dobbs, the point guard for Eden Prairie.
And they're trying to kick it back out.
Boy, the Cretin bench was screaming 3 seconds on Austin Andrews, who's camped out in the lane for Eden Prairie.
Yeah, you don't see that call a whole lot. The 3-second call is kind of, it's got to be blatant.
Yeah. A lot of times when it is called, the player had been in there a little bit longer than 3 seconds when they eventually blow the whistle.
Again, trying to take on Oturu. He had great success with it in the first half. DJ Johnson, shovel pass, and the shot is up and good. That's a great touch by the sophomore Austin Andrews.
Yeah, that's his bread and butter. Like we talked about, he feels most comfortable, I think, back to the basket in the post. Doesn't matter if the guy guarding him is bigger like Oturo.
Cretin out with the lead. Oturu's definitely become a part of the second half offense. He only had 5 in the first half.
That's a smart play right there. A little high-low action. The 6'8" passer dumping it down to the 6'10" center, Dave. Cretin's going to have success. That's the first time we've seen that play tonight.
Look at that move. Kicks it out. Dobbs. Johnson. Larson knocks him down. That's a foul. Well, you just heard David Flum, Kevin, say they want to keep the ball in Larson's hands. That's a tall order.
Let's take a look at this play. Eden Prairie with the turnover. And then Larson dumping it off. And then let the big guy eat once he has a free angle to get to the basket.
Slam cam.
Nice, 2 hands.
Circling the rim. Foot shot by the Eagles. Down by 8. They had a really strong first half. They beat Eastridge in the section finals. Cretin-Derham Hall did 62-52. Eastridge had a nice team too, Kevin.
Yeah, they're young. They got some size too, and they're going to be glad that most of these guys for Cretin graduate, because I would imagine they're going to be one of the favorites coming out of that section, with Cretin losing all the studs they have right now.
Larson. Nice easy touch inside, 37-27. Boy, he makes things happen, doesn't he? Austin Andrews has been a big part of the offense. Gets the ball back. Now Larson steals it right back. And he'll push it up as fast as he can. Sees the court so well.
Yeah, and Jacob Prince, you know, he's not out there to shoot. He was wide open from about 18 feet, did not want to take it. They're going to eat some clock up and just try to execute and get the ball inside as much as possible.
They're getting to play to Arturo. Andrews on him. And he's got some mold going here in the second half.
Well, they're going to single cover him. I think all he's got to do, Dave, is just take 1 or 2 dribbles and make sure he's on balance, you know. And once he gets up in the air, nobody's going to really bother his shot because, you know, he's 6'10" and can jump a little bit. He looks a little winded right now.
Corner. Underneath. Andrews again. Oturo's going to get that one. And then the ball goes to Cretin-Derham Hall on the turnover. Timeout here. Raiders have come in to the second half on fire, and here's part of the reason why right here. Welcome back on 45 TV, state tournament 4A action here. Good crowd here and good crowd across the state watching, and it points well beyond. We love the pictures that you tweet in. Keep them coming, please. And this guy with a Cleveland Cavalier hat on.
Boy, LeBron James had 35 points, 17 assists or rebounds, no turnovers. Pretty amazing game last night from the king, as they say, as the kids like to say.
In and out. Eagles will have it. Try to get something cooking here in the second half. It's been Cretin after halftime. The score was 31-25. Cretin's put up 8. Eden Prairie's put up 2.
Eagles have to be a little bit careful here, Dave. You know, obviously Cretin's surging a little bit, and they got to keep it close. A lot of time left. No reason to panic, but you know, obviously the Raiders are a pretty explosive team at times. If you just let the game go and lose your focus, you'll be down 20 like nothing.
Working, just kind of kicking it back and forth to the corners off of Andrews. Tried to tip it, Arturo hung on to it. Clear everybody out of there. Boy, they did a great job keeping him out of the game in the first half. And then Jerry Klein Jr. went small on his lineup, and that's when they made the run.
Yeah, they kind of spread out Eden Prairie and had probably more opportunities to get good shots once they did that.
Arturo off the mark a little bit. Drake Dobbs, a sophomore, 18-point a game. That one is not going to go for Christensen. And a battle for the rebound. Sails out of bounds. That'll be awarded to Eden Prairie. Allie, let's check in down there on the court.
Dave, in that last time outbreak, Coach Klein told his team, be ready for a change of pace in this game. I know if I was Eden Prairie, that's what I would do. Pay attention out there, make smart decisions.
Sounds like me talking to my kids. Make smart decisions.
That's good advice.
How many times have your parents told you that? I know a lot in your case, Kev, but
well, when you have a pea-sized brain like myself, you hear talks like that all the time.
In and out. Larson will feed it off to Prince. And slow down a little bit. Boy, Larson really is the general out there, isn't he? Telling guys to come up, go back. Arturo can be that same way, too. They've got several leaders out there on the court.
The spacing looks better right now. For early on in this game, it seemed like it was helping Eden Prairie's defense because Cretin was kind of clogged up, and the spacing seemed to be better, which opens up, you know, post-up plays or drives to the basket or even three-point shots when your spacing is good on offense.
Timeout called for by the Raiders. And let's take a peek here, Kevin.
Daniel Arturo.
Yeah.
Look at him right there for Cretin-Derham Hall. And blocking shots. Had a ton of blocks yesterday in the quarterfinals. And Dobbs, point guard for Eden Prairie, tried to get to the basket. He blocks his shot. Nice little, that's a difficult shot. That's one of the difficult things for big guys is to make shots when you're off balance. And the good athletes can do it pretty effectively. And that's not much Andrews can do in a shot like that when he's fading away. And of course, big guys love to dunk as well. And Daniel Arturo has really woken up here in the second half, playing much better. And on the floor, that's number one, not sitting on the bench resting with foul trouble. But he's a big factor in what's going on here early on in this second half.
Prince will inbound the ball. They had a huge game against Wayzata. They were all clicking yesterday in the quarters. Cretin won that game pretty handily. Wayzata's got a nice team.
Yeah, they're kind of young. And let me say this, Brian Schnettler, we talk about good coaches. I think that program is in very capable hands. Schnettler's a good coach.
Chapman is in the books. That's his first bucket, and he gets 19 a game. 41-27, starting to open it up. Eden Prairie dominating most of the first half, but since that time, Cretin.
Look at this, how Chapman, 6'8", power forward. He's intentionally, I mean, that's his responsibility. Guard the point guard. Pretty impressive for a guy that size to be quick enough to stay with a kid like that.
I like the pass and going up with a layup. John Henry, that was a 10-2 run going on there for the Raiders. Larson quickly down. Prince is by himself for the 10-footer. Rebound. Kluge, the senior. Outlet Christensen. That's Kluge right there. Back to Christensen. Wide open look for three.
There we go. They got to start making some shots. They're getting open shots, Dave, but they just have shot a poor percentage up to this point. Dave Flom talked about it at the start of the second half. They started making some shots.
Ooh, that's a foul right there on Jaden King. Set the screen and then put that elbow down, or the shoulder into it.
Yeah, there's Connor Christensen. He was on fire from the corners in the quarterfinals yesterday against Osseo, and they need him to start banging in corner threes, and if they can get that, that'll get this offense going there for the Eagles.
There's a timeout here. 41-32, Raiders with the lead. We're in the second half. Winner plays Saturday night in the title game. Tonight's game summary brought to you by Catholic United Life Insurance, annuities, and retirement products.
Well, Ryan Larson has had a big part of what's been going on here in this ball game with the lead. 16 points with that acceleration and speed of Churros. Kind of gotten going here in the second half, rebounding the basketball, scoring a little bit. Eden Prairie, the sophomores, stepping up. And Kyler Kluge is always going to give you a good effort.
Eagles with the basketball. Kluge for three. Short. Rebound. Cretin. And here comes Jaden King with the outlet back to Ryan Larson. How do you keep it out of Ryan Larson's hands? Kevin, I know Coach Flom mentioned that, but that's a difficult thing to do.
Yeah, you can't really do much about that because, I mean, you're inbounding the ball 100 feet away from the basket, and he's going to get it if they really want him to have it.
Possession arrow will go to Eden Prairie.
Plus, he's so quick. I mean, sometimes the game plan defensively is, okay, we got to get the ball out of, Johnson's hands or Anderson's hand or Larson's hands. But if he's going to bring the ball down the court, he's already got it in his hands. But it's hard to do that, especially against a kid who's that quick.
Andrews off of the screen. John Henry.
Henry's got to get going.
Well, let's see if this is it. No,
maybe not.
Larson, the catalyst. Oturu. And then he'll dish it out for that three, and that's not going to go for King. So rebound hauled down by the Eagles. 41-32, 10-minute mark. Number 4 seed in this tournament. Cretin-Derham Hall is number 1. He'll pop that three from way downtown. That was a good-looking shot there. That's the second one he's hit in the game. He's got 10.
He kind of thought about it. He was pretty deep, obviously, and kind of waited and reloaded and rose up. That was a nice shot.
Now you got an 8-0 run the other way with EP. There's another long three. That one's going to be off both sides of the rim. Man, oh, man. And quickly down. Henry going to draw a foul on that one.
Well, we're witnessing Eden Prairie's run here now, midway through the second half. And watch Kluge just kind of surveying behind that NBA three-point line and string music, baby, just like his pops. His dad was left-handed, though. But his dad could shoot it. He was an all-state player back in the day. So the Edina Hornets and his son has got that gift to and touch on the jump shot as well.
John Henry in that Edina game popped in 22 points, by the way, so he could, They put the ball in the basket pretty well. Henry is a 6'4" sophomore. I just can't get over the sophomores that are contributors on this Eden Prairie team. Boy, David Flom's going to have a squad and a half the next couple of years.
I think Henry is probably Eden Prairie's streakiest shooter. When he gets going, he's got no conscience, and he keeps firing, and it's all net. But tonight so far, he's struggling.
Kevin, it's a 4-point game.
Yep, here we go.
This is Carter. Amari Carter, 6'4" sophomore. A 10-0 run right now for Eden Prairie. Will it end here? Maybe. Let's see. On the rebound, and there's a foul. That'll be on the Eagles. So the foul on Eden Prairie will stop that play, which seemed to keep going. So Eden Prairie, down by 14, has suddenly made it 4 points. Larson will inbound the ball, wants to go low if he can. To the top where Turu's way out there.
I don't know why Cretin-Derham Hall doesn't go a bit more to that high-low action. Get Chapman at the top of the key and post up a Turo. I think that's going to be a fit right there, just like that.
Good call, Coach Lynch. Can't hit the bucket, though. Man, this thing is physical. Oh, my. Going to have to control your emotions right here, Kevin. You're at that point of the game.
Yeah.
You're going to the state championship game. You're playing as hard as you can. And then you got to turn it off when that whistle sounds.
Watch this. Turo misses the shot inside, and now it's every man for himself. And Eden Prairie, I talked to Coach Flom before this game. He said the most important thing for our team to win this game is we got to keep that edge. And on that play, you kind of witnessed 3 of their players getting after it.
That's the play that's hard to stop when you just throw it up to the 6'10" senior. 43-37. Austin Andrews feeds it off, gets it right back. He'll take that shot. It's not going to go. Rebound. Good effort down there by Henry, but he was all by himself. Then Prince hauls it down. Outlet comes out to Carter, and he'll bring it up on that left side, kind of set it up now with 8.5 or less than that going. We're at 8:20. Mari Carter.
Well, again, getting the ball inside to Arturo is the right thing to do. And Cretin's going to work it, eat up some clock, get the ball inside. They're going to have success if they continue to do that.
Chapman offers from Northern Iowa, Bradley, UMass, Richmond, Toledo. He's got some choices to make. John Henry. Arturo. And there's a long-distance dialing shot for Kluge, but he's got a great release. He's got 13, and he's made it a 5-point game again. 7:46 to go in this game. And the winner goes to the title game on Saturday night, 8 o'clock here at the Target Center. Well, they recover from this block.
Well, John Henry, he's got to pull up. You know, again, you want to try to get closer to the basket. And Kluge eventually made that 3, which was deep yet again. See, Henry's got to take that shot. He's got to pull up. He's got a wide open 14-footer, but the urge, again, is always to get closer to the basket, but then it's congested. Now you got a big shot blocker swatting it back. So you'd like to see Henry pull up for like an easy 12-footer. You don't have to get closer to the basket to make it easier, but then eventually they got the ball back and Kluge makes the jump shot. But that's always a tough thing for young kids because they always want to get closer because they assume that it's going to be easier, but in truth, it gets harder when you got all those big bodies in there trying to block it.
Edina beat Cretin-Derham Hall on the last day of February by 2 points in the game, 65-63. I mean, not Edina, rather, I mean Eden Prairie. So they are capable of running with them, as they showed in that game. Oturu was blocked from taking the baseline, but they're going to call a foul on the sophomore Andrews. No shot.
Boy, give credit to Austin Andrews, the big kid, sophomore right there, number 33 for Eden Prairie, having to bang with a Division I big man like that. And he seems to say, okay, big fella, let's see what you got.
And there you just saw what he had. He's having a strong second half, Kevin. He was really held down with 5 points in the first half.
Yeah, a little bit of foul trouble, and he needed to get himself going. And once again, the three-point shooting here, besides Kluge, has been rather cold for Eden Prairie, and they're paying for it.
There's a fall on Kluge from behind, trying to reach around. So now he's looking at 3.
Take a look at Ryan Larson there. Boy, he was really the spark plug in the first half, and then the Turtles kind of taken over here in the second.
Rejection by Christensen. Right back in the hands of the Raiders. Carter, Prince, Jacob. We'll go right side. Larson, Chapman, and O'Toole all by himself lays it up and in. As the defender went down, made it a lot easier for Daniel to get that shot. Only seen one dunk in this game from the Showtime Raiders.
Showtime. Oh yeah, Eden Prairie. Again, they got to start making some outside shots. They're a good shooting team, but for the most part, it's been kind of cold.
There's Kluge again. He's trying to keep him in with an outside shot. Boy, they cut the gap down to 4, and now the Raiders pull back to a 9-point edge. O'Toole, they're going to take it easy here. Be real deliberate right now with that offense. There's a good idea. That's what you're talking about, Kevin, right there, the shooting percentage.
Yep, exactly right. Yeah, it's just not going to get it done. There's no way they're going to win that game if they stay in the upper 30s. Not a chance.
O'Toole is fouled. A little bit of a different pace in the first half. Boy, Len Ariza was a longtime coach here.
Penetrating move. Could have been a foul on Andrews on the drive, and then a Turu on the offensive rebounds. Going up, getting contact.
Whoa, second free throw of the game for him. 1 for 2. That one was a little to the right there. He can go play for the Gophers, where, of course, you had a great career. How's he going to fit? Well, is he going to be a freshman, right? Do you think he'll fill in right away?
Yeah, I think he will. You know, he's going to, obviously, as he gets a little older here, put some weight on, which will help him. But I think he's got a chance to really do some good things at Minnesota. He's got to work on his free throw shooting. That's one thing. But, you know, he's 6'9", 6'10", pretty athletic, can run like a deer, jump a little bit. He's a good prospect.
49-40, Raiders with the lead. I'm just watching that EP band over there, Kevin. They're at the horn section is here having a party. Let's go. We're going to finish every drop right there. Get your money's worth. I like that. Tilt that head back and make sure that thing's dry by the time you're out of it.
Absolutely.
9-point lead right now for Cretin. Raiders trying to get in that title game. A game I think they felt they should have been in last year.
Yeah, that's right. Lost a tough one in the first round to Apple Valley, and pretty disappointed.
Nice setup on the play. It all turns into a short shot. Layup for Prince, who's got 7, and then draws another foul. And now fouls are becoming a little more of an issue here, because I'm just checking, and I think Austin Andrews is suddenly looking at 4 of them.
Boy, the inside play, the size has really helped Cretin, Dave, here in the second half. That's where they've really hurt Eden Prairie, is on the glass, offensive rebounds, post-up plays, and it's kind of wearing Eden Prairie's big guys down a little bit.
Wide open look, not going to go over the back. O'Toole, I think, will draw the foul there. He does.
I think, you know, we got 5.5 minutes to go in this game. Eden Prairie's got to start making a little bit of a run, because what's going to happen is there's no shot clock in high school hoops. You can just start airing it out. They're just going to start eating up that clock. So Eden Prairie's got to make a move pretty quick.
That was his third foul. Look, the move by Andrews gets him his 14th point. Quickly down. Here come the Raiders. Spin, Chapman in a little bit of trouble. Kick back, Larson. Tries to go inside. Picked off by the Eagles. Now they'll push it down. Man open. That's a great pass down low to Connor Christensen. Good anticipation. Back to a 7-point game now with 5 minutes left in it. A trap. And a timeout called.
Smart play there. Amari Carter right in front of the bench, and Coach Klein wants to talk to his guys. A little mini run here taking place by Eden Prairie. He's a little worried that the momentum might be kind of shifting here, Dave.
Look at this effort right here.
Nice pass by Kyler Kluge.
Yeah. I mean, who needs Kirk Cousins? Connor Kluge's your man.
That's your guy
Holy
right
smokes.
there.
Probably a lot cheaper, too.
That's right.
Boy, Len Horizon was a fixture over there for many years, wasn't he?
That's right.
The head coach.
Yeah.
Had 523 wins when he was done. And he's a guy that really tutored many, but John Tower, I think, was probably learned a lot from him as John's gone on and make that into a nice program at St. Thomas. Glenn Caruso's done a great job with the football program. And Johnny Tower is, I'm sure, happy to credit him. John played with Jerry Klein Jr., the head coach out here for.
My head coach at Bloomington Jefferson, Jack Evans, was, I think, pretty good friends with Coach Horizon. We used to scrimmage Cretin back when I was in high school, kind of like those preseason, get yourselves ready for the upcoming season. So I scrimmage against Cretin-Derham all the time.
Chapman wasn't sure what happened there. I don't think anybody is, but it's in the hands of the Eagles. Kluge and Larson. Dobbs and Chapman.
They've been going at it most of the second half.
Kluge and Larson. That's an open look for Andrews. Won't take it. Christensen. Oh, I thought Larson was going to go for the steal there.
Yeah. I'm so impressed with Cy Chapman, 6'8", you know, basically a power forward on this team, doing a nice job. That really says a lot about his potential, being able to guard a kid like this.
Oturu, boy, he got up for that one. Andrews hauls it down. Dobbs, baseline. And Drake has got his first bucket of the day, but he did cut the gap on that to 5. With 4 minutes to go, basically, here in the game. Down to 4-3, 2-1. There you go. Carter, Amari with the ball. Over to Cy Chapman. 6'8" senior. Larson, Oturu. This is how they started the second half.
Nice move.
He has had a just powerful second half.
Boy, nice drop step. Good footwork. I mean, that was a nice play there by the big guy.
19 in the game now.
Yeah, he has come alive here in the second half, Dave. You're exactly right.
Kick out, 3 on the way. Perfect. What a nice shot out there with some pressure from Chapman. But Dobbs has suddenly found himself.
Yeah, Dobbs, I think he had 39 at Hopkins this year. And, well, he was on fire at the end of that game.
And a steal. Kluge trying to cut the gap. Open look for 3. John Henry. We're a one-point game.
Wow, just like that. Incredible run. See, John Henry can shoot it. Finally makes a corner three-point shot. Nice play.
Here's your play of the game.
Oh, Ryan Larson, little dump back pass. The big fella, Daniel Oturu, going to Minnesota, Mr. Basketball finalist. And he likes to dunk. Big guys love to dunk with 2 hands. And boy, we've seen that combination all season long between Larson and his big guy inside. And look at those numbers right there, Dave. 19, 9, and 5 blocks. He has got great potential.
Play of the game brought to you by Minnesota Rusco since 1955. This crowd is loving every minute of it.
Hey, man, lover boy.
Deep track, and there you were. You win a hearty handshake for that one. All right, Cretin now with a 1-point lead. Eden Prairie just kind of slowly working their way back into this game. The closest has been since 2:39 of the first half when it was 24-25. Now, Oturu. And that foul will be on Drake Dobbs.
I want to see that again. I get the sense that Ryan Larson, he's got a little acting to him. There was some contact. It's hard to tell. They're jockeying for position, but I think Larson he's got a little flopping action to him.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's an act. That's a flop.
Wow.
Hey, the whistle was blowing, and there he is at the free throw line.
Yeah,
it worked.
And you don't want him there. He's a 79% shooter. He's 3 for 3 tonight. He has 17 in the game.
When the whistle blew on that play, I looked at the Eden Prairie bench, and all 4 coaches were up in arms.
One more time. So now back to a 3-point lead. Raiders with it. Eagles with the basketball. Number 4 seed in this tournament. Kyle Kluge going to give it to Dobbs, and that's not going to go. Rebound. It's a volleyball game, and then a smart tip up by the sophomore.
Wow.
Instead of grabbing it, he just popped it up in the cylinder, and now we're back to 1 point. And we're coming up on the 2:15 mark.
One-handed, too. Nice play.
Prince Oturu moving for possession. Slams it in there. Makes sure that it goes down. 57-54.
See, a play like that, David, it might have been to Eden Prairie's benefit to just foul him and see if he can make some free throws. He's been struggling from the charity stripe here so far tonight. Don't get him easy, too.
Chapman's not going to give Dobbs a chance to shoot if he can help it. Henry. Now he's in trouble on the trap. And a timeout called for by a very alert David Flom over on the sideline. He saw that baby.
Yeah.
Had no good result except to call a timeout. Here's that tip play.
Well, Dobbs takes that deep three and bodies left and right off of Christensen's forehead. And look at that nice little tip. And he understands that if I bring this down, that I'm probably going to get the shot blocked or I just dribble it out. But nice play by Austin just to tip it in.
3 points, got a game going here. Looked like maybe Cretin was going to have a run for a while, and then Eden Prairie just slowly kept coming back, getting the job done.
Well, how about the threes by Kluge? Then Connor Christensen makes a three from the corner. Henry makes a three. Now we got a ball game. That was the big reason is Eden Prairie just started making shots.
And Cretin has not made a three in the second half.
Yeah, Cretin, that's not a huge part of their game. In fact, it's almost too bad it's not because it would just only open up things inside for their bigs. But, you know, their bread and butter is Larson making it happen off the dribble and their two big guys inside. But Eden Prairie's a pretty good three-point shooting. They got a variety of guys that can make that shot. And that's why they're always going to be dangerous.
Eden Prairie with a minute 40 to go. Good hustle by Chapman, but it got by him. Corner shot to tie it. Too hard. Rebound. Christensen headed, but coming up from behind were the Raiders, but they're going to call a foul down there in the corner. And that'll be against Cretin-Derham Hall. Jerry Klein Jr. instructing his kids.
There's Connor Christensen yet again bringing, keeping possessions alive in his activity, bringing in offensive rebounds. That guy's got a nose for the ball, as they say.
Only the 15th fall on the Raiders. They've been really disciplined out here in that department. Dobbs. Moving around a little bit. Dobbs inside, trying to hang in the air.
Blocked that with his elbow.
Very confident block there. Been an 18 inside. Andrews. Dobbs, he can shoot the three, just needs some space. That one he forced up. Did he draw the foul in the three or in the two, Kevin?
Well, that's a good question. It was close. I don't know if he was on the line, over the line, or behind the line, but
coaches, you and I can see it.
Definite contact. It's hard to tell from that angle. It's definitely a foul. Got to let the guy come down as he rises up to take that shot, but hopefully we'll get a second look at it here, Dave.
The officials can look at it too, so they'll get a decision made when they check out the replay. You can watch it right here to see if it's a three or a two.
Yeah,
it's a three, isn't it?
That's a three. Yeah. Boy, that's a smart play by Dobbs. He's just getting, he's shadowed so closely by Cy Chapman, and I would imagine Dobbs, being a sophomore at only 6 feet tall, hasn't gotten guarded a whole lot by guys that size that can move that way. But heads up play by Dobbs, able to come around that little screen and immediately rise up and in the shot, kind of anticipating Chapman's going to remain close to him and attached to him, and taking the contact. And boy, talk about some clutch free throws right here. Tie this ball game up if we make all three.
He has 13 in the game from the stripe during the season. He is a 77% shooter, and in this game he's 100% from the line. Now he can make it a 1-point game again. 1:11 to go. He did it, and now he can tie it. Remember, it's a three-point free throw coming in. Three-shot free throw, three-point only if he makes it. They were down by 14 in the second half, Kevin.
Yep, exactly right. And give credit to this young Eden Prairie team to get back into this game. They didn't go away when they were down 14.
All right, what do the Raiders do now? Attack right away?
That's actually a good foul. Arturo has been struggling a little bit, Dave, from the free throw line. And smart play by Eden Prairie not to let, another 30 seconds go off the clock and foul a kid that's been struggling.
21 in the game. From the line, he's 1 of 3. He's the all-time leading scorer for the Raiders. All-time leading round rebounder for the Raiders. He is a Mr. Basketball candidate, and if selected, he would be a great choice. Really have good decision, tough decisions. She gets some good ball players up for that. And
clutch.
He got it. Look at the bodies drop. I mean, just the lead domino hit somebody, and they all went down.
That's what it was like. That's a clutch made free throw right there by Arturo. Guy struggled, like you said, and a minute to go in this ball game to try to get to a state championship game. Arturo got it done.
Future Gopher taking a good hard look. And that one will go tip back to him. Big break for Cretin-Derham Hall. Chapman moving it around. Nothing there. Now the pressure comes up for the Eagles. Chapman, they're going to go one-on-one to Arturo, and I think there's a foul called on Christensen before that pass. And so now Cy Chapman will shoot his first free throws of the game. He had 22 in the win over Wayzata. He's got 4, Kevin, in this game. They've done a nice job of keeping him out of there, but as you said, he's really focused on his defense in this one.
Yeah, that's right.
Cy's got a lot of offers for next year. Hasn't picked one yet. Oh, that was a nasty contact there purely by accident, but there was a struggle for Christensen. He took a shot. He's going to go out.
Boy, watch this missed free throw.
Oh, my. Yeah, just bodies all over. And the coaches want it. David Flom wants an explanation from the officials exactly what happened. So
I didn't really get it. Arturo.
Yeah, right over.
Oh, yeah. His elbow looked like he got overextended his right elbow. That's what it kind of looked like, Dave, on that last replay. Arturo is trying to rip the basketball away.
So on that call, they have got 5 on Christensen, and he's out of the game. That's his 5th. And so DJ Johnson will come in. DJ has played a lot in the first half, a little more sparingly in the second half.
Well, Cretin-Derham Hall missing free throws. You got to get a defensive rebound here if one of these are missed. And Eden Prairie, this is where their lack of size a little bit against a big team like this. They're paying for it.
Daniel will try once again. Number 25 having just a massive second half. 22 points in the game. Hit 24 yesterday.
3-point ball game. If he makes this, Eden Prairie has got to box out here if they want a chance to win this ball game.
38 seconds. How fast do you shoot the hoop?
Get a good shot and don't wait forever, but go fairly quick if you can. Get a good shot. Doesn't have to be a 3 though.
Around the perimeter, down to 25. Dobbs, guarded by Chapman. He gets a pick. Corner, 17 seconds. Andrews. We are down to 10 and now a timeout.
Smart.
You like that?
Yeah. I mean, there was nothing there. They didn't force anything. Smart play by Flom to call the timeout. Excellent defense by Cretin-Derham Hall. Did not give up any open looks. And I think the Eagles need to reset here. Now, it's going to be interesting who they go to try to set up to get a shot. I'm sure they're going to get the ball to Dobbs and see if he can create something, but there's going to be a situation where he gets into the lane. He's good enough to finish at the basket, but also kick the ball out to a shooter. So they got some options, Eden Prairie.
What a day of games here. We started out with that first one when De La Salle got upset by 2 points by Columbia Heights. That was an awesome game. And then the next game, boy, Delano just came out of nowhere, unranked, and shocked the #2 team in the state in Austin. So we're going to have a first-time winner on Saturday, tipped off at 5 o'clock. And now this thing, when Cretin got a nice big lead here in the second half, and Eden Prairie back and slowly got back, and now we're down to 2 points, 9.8 to go in this contest.
You can't wait too long, too. I mean, if the score is tied, completely different situation, because you want time to get an offensive rebound or a tip-in, or with almost 10 seconds to go, don't hurry a shot, but get a quick shot, because then you can foul, shoot free throws at the other end with Cretin-Derham Hall, and then you get another crack at it. So you can't wait too long here if you're Eden Prairie.
A lot of people on their feet. I don't blame them. 9.8. Eagles with the ball. 8 seconds. Trying to get a good shot off. 5 seconds. On the way. No good rebound. Gotoru. 0.5 on the clock. Foul is called. Raiders will walk down to the other end.
Boy, what a look. I mean, that's a shot that Dobbs is rarely going to miss. And that was a good execution by Eden Prairie. I mean, a shot like this, I think Dobbs will take it every time, as well as Dave Flom, and he just missed the shot. But that's a pretty good look.
On a miss, can you, in 0.5 seconds, get let's say Oturu misses this, can you get a shot off in that amount of time?
That's a good question. I think that's been kind of proven that you cannot. And you can obviously throw it up to the rim and drop it in that amount of time. But you got to go, 90-some feet here. Wow.
What a game.
The lack of making shots has really hurt Eden Prairie. Kluge got warmed up here a little bit in the second half, and that's really when that run started for the Eagles. And Christensen hits a 3. Then Henry hits a 3. And now we got a ball game, but the cold shooting early on, I think forced Eden Prairie to play catch-up for most of this game, and Oturu can make this shot. He's going to seal it.
Boys, he had a great second half. 5 in the first half, 20 in the second, 21. And unless they foul the shot, that's the game. Cretin-Derham Hall is going to the state championship Saturday night.
Boy, what a fight. That was a great fight to watch. Daniel Oturu big time for the Raiders in the second half, especially in Ryan Larson. Most of those points were in the first half for Larson, but he's that spark plug that gets everything kind of stirred up there for the Raiders, and he was terrific.
Player of the game brought to you by Preferred One. Achieve your best health with Preferred One health plans. So we got one of the entrants. Next up, it's either going to be Lakeville North or Apple Valley. These players all get to know each other pretty well, don't they, through the year?
Oh, yeah. South Suburban foes. They split their 2 games during the season, and pretty even matchup as far as I'm concerned.
Let's go courtside. Allie's there with Daniel Oturu.
Daniel, this game came down to the very wire. You had to fight tooth and nail to get this W. How did you hold on to get the win?
I just thank God, man. We just thank God every day. And it's just a blessing to be able to play in the state championship. We've worked all hard all season for this, and just to see us win is just amazing.
Talk about the intensity down the stretch in this one.
It was we had the lead and we gave it up, but we fought the last couple minutes just to secure the win, and it's just amazing.
You're the first team to punch the 4A title game ticket. You would be the first Raider team in 25 years to win it. What will it take?
You know, it's going to take a lot of defense and just heart. We fought all year to get here, and we got to continue to fight. We're not done yet.
Congratulations on a great performance.
Thank you.
Thanks, Allie. He's a player. University of Minnesota is getting a good one, and you would think that he will probably be. I would be shocked if he isn't out there in the court right away next year.
Yeah, I don't assume he'll be a redshirt player. He'll have a chance to help them immediately.
More to come on 45 TV here. Next.
There was no wind in their sails whatsoever. All of a sudden, in a 2-minute and 16-second span, Eden Prairie breaks off a 12-2 run to get themselves right back in this game. Drake Dobbs hits the three. Sean Henry's going to hit another one, and it's a one-point game, which is 3 minutes to go. I thought they had all the momentum in the world, Trent.
And they knew that the three-point shot would give them a chance to win this basketball game coming down the stretch. But for this young team, they showed great resilience when they got down by 12. There was no quitting this team. They fought right down to the end, but they came up just a little short as the big guy goes for the slam dunk.
Austin Andrews tipped it in to keep it a one-point game. Daniel Oturu made it back to 3. He keeps it at 3 with the big block there. Then Eden Prairie still down 2. One last chance. They've got a look. Drake Dobbs, the runner, just barely off. Cretin-Derham Hall rebounds. Oturu hits a couple free throws to ice it, and they advance. 60-56. Once again, their first state tournament championship game appearance in 25 years. Certainly a deserving advance. They earned every point they got tonight. The stats brought to you by U.S. Bank. The power of possible. Look at the blocks on the bottom there, Leah. 6 blocks in the game, 5 of them from Daniel Oturu.
Yeah, and I think it came down to just size, athleticism, intimidation in the paint. In the end, that was big enough to really make a huge difference at the very end of the game.
Trent, do they feel like a state champion? Cretin-Derham Hall?
Well, they have one game left, but they are in championship Saturday now.
And if they're going to win it, will they have to beat the defending champ to get there? That would be Apple Valley. Or will it be Lakeville North, who won a title a couple years ago, advancing? We will find that out next, as it will be the 2-seed Apple Valley against the 3-seed Lakeville North for the other spot in the Class 4A semifinals. That's going to do it for this one. Cretin-Derham Hall, 30-2 this season. They beat Eden Prairie 60-56. They're going to play for the Class 4A title Saturday night around 8 p.m. We'll have Apple Valley and Lakeville North coming up next on 45 TV.